Back again.
Back again. Boy, I don't even know what to say, bruv. You know what's there? I'm still laughing over just what even just happened just a little bit a minute ago, just now. But yeah, we won't even get like, do you know what I mean? But
stress.
Yeah, big up yourself.
Just to get his stress.
Hey, listen, the stress. I heard you on the phone when you was coming through. He's like, listen, London, yeah? It's peak. I said, no.
Mad, man. I really hate South London traffic. Like, so everybody, where I work here, everybody says to me, like, why don't you work in London? And I'm like, nah. I work out of London. It takes me 45 minutes to get to work. I prefer to sit on the motorway and drive for 45 minutes than sit 2 hours.
Inside traffic. Make it make sense. No, 100%. 100%.
But we're here.
We
made it.
Welcome, guys, to Check-In-Chats. Myself, Chris Preddie.
Myself, Lito.
Welcome, man. We're another session. And before we even start the session, man's got to look at something.
Yeah, so I feel like the merch thing, we might as well start it off with, you know what I mean? Furthermore here. What am I doing?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
I'm opening your thing.
Yeah,
do you know what
I mean? Take your thing.
You thought it was fragile?
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
No, my thing's packed perfect.
Mine's packed perfect, yeah? Aye, listen, don't worry. I'll wait. I'm that person you can't put on hold. You can't put man on. Listen, you know
them guys
you can't, like,
that sit on phone.
Listen, you can't.
So if I ring you, if you say to me, hold on a minute, and I hear, even if I hear beep, beep, my anxiety is through the roof.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, innit? It's like, hold, like, yeah, you can't put, like, yeah? I'm that one person you can't put on hold. Listen, don't put me on hold, you know? You know what's there? Nah, Leets, I like that. Respect, you know what's there?
Only you would do something like this, you know. This one's extrovert, you know.
Man said, this is extrovert.
This one is extrovert. But what's with the frown, though? Well, put the frown in there, though. No, I like it.
It was one of those pictures, you know what's there? Because it was one of those reels that I saw of you, brother. You just had a frown on, brother. You get me? But it was hilarious, bruv.
Real recognize real. For real.
For real.
Come on. Oh, what is?
I don't even know what it is. Look at, you get me?
I'm going to get a English breakfast tea with
you. You got to look at TT. You know what's there?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. A man like that. Still.
Yeah,
Come on. Strictly love. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk. Let's reason.
I wanted to ask you off the cuff, you know, like marriage.
I said off the cuff. Go on. What are you talking about marriage for?
What's wrong? What's for your face?
I know. I got nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I got nervous, bruv. I'm thinking.
Why is your face moving like that, though?
What,
everybody will think. Why the man? You will twitch it. What's up?
I'm a little bit twitchy still. You know what's there? Go on.
I want to know, like, all right, cool. What's your views? How are you thinking? Is it gonna happen?
Yeah, no, I'm
Is it for you?
Definitely. Like, marriage wasn't for me. I'm not gonna lie. Until I met the missus, marriage was off the cards. I just didn't believe in it. I just didn't think that. Why do I need to put a ring on your finger to prove to you that I love you? Especially like when I sit there and say sometimes, this was an old school mentality. Like if we had kids and rare, that's like marriage to me anyway. Do you know what I mean? So kind of thing. So I never really believed in it. My mum never got married. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? So there was no sort of kind of like, there was basically no one around in my family that I saw that was married in that kind of sense. So at the time when I was growing up, I didn't feel like it was worth it. I was just like, why am I going to get married for? Do you know what I mean? And spend all that money for what reason? But it was only until I met the missus and I don't even know what come over me. Just what I'm trying to say. Literally, like I remember proposing to her on holiday and I just woke up one morning and looked at her and said, this is the woman that I want to be with. This is the woman I want to marry. And we got engaged. And then, it's been a bit of we've been engaged for a bit. Yeah, we've been engaged for a bit.
It's been on pause.
Yeah, it's been on pause. It's been on pause because we have had little man and all the rest of it. Yeah. So other things have come up, but I definitely want to put a date in the diary. I definitely want to walk down the aisle. I feel even more blessed now because I've got my son, you know. So even for him to be my best man, I think that's going to be quite nice. That's something that I want to be able to do. Do you know what I mean? Me and him go down. Him standing next to me, ring bearer and everything. So
who's gonna be? You're gonna need a big best man though.
Yeah. Of course.
Stag do to do.
Yeah.
I don't think little man can. He can't sit right though.
Man can't sit. Man can't talk. Man can't do anything. You know but man, and it's just even that, the whole process, sometimes as much as you want to get it done, as much as it's like, you're always sitting there thinking, when is the right time? When is the right time? When is the right time? So,
But what is marriage to you though? What is marriage? Like, so I guess this question's asked a lot, innit? Like everybody's like, oh, it's a bit of paper, it's this, it's that. But what is marriage to you? Why now? Why this woman? Why? But why? How did you do the 360?
I think my why was, for the first time, I realized that when it came down to me, I was looking for a life partner. So when I got with the missus, I realized that she was just like my other half, so to speak, when we say about best friends, soulmates, all the rest of it. And it wasn't just for a fact of me just wanting to get married, because like you said, some people do say it's a piece of paper and everything. It was me wanting to show up for her. Do you know what I mean? Wanting to show her that you are the only woman in my eyes. You are the only woman that I want to be with. And it's a nice sentiment to equal our bond together, because sometimes we don't have a certain thing. Sometimes if you're just girlfriend and boyfriend, even now she's cussing me in the sense of she don't have the last name. So it was that reason also as also making us become a real family. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
That's a big thing for women, you know. Them not having the last name is actually a big thing. That was a big thing for my wife, was everybody in the house has got the same name.
Do you understand?
Her, do you know what I mean? But then also it was equally, when it come to the time of her having to change her name on legal things and documents, she was like, oh.
Itching and ahhing. Yeah, nice.
Like, raw, I've got to let go of this now. Like, I'm attached to that.
Yeah.
You know what I
Because
mean?
you've been so used to it. So what was your why? Why?
I've been with my partner 22 years now.
Wow.
We've been 6 years. I think we're 6 years married this year.
Wow.
So I think, and we've been through a lot. Do you know what I mean? And so you can imagine over the years, it was basically, I guess for me, it was to give her her day. Like, I don't really care about marriage, if I'm being honest with you. Like, the whole facade of marriage. If I look back at how much money gets spent and you don't even see your marriage day. Your wedding day, I'm going to tell you now, it's a blur. Like, that's why I always say to anybody that's getting married, make sure you got a good videographer and a good photographer.
100%.
Because it's the next day or the day after, or when you're on your honeymoon and you look back at your video, or the video comes and you sit down and have that video day and you're like, raw, I didn't remember that. Raw, I didn't even, you understand where I'm coming from?
Because there's so much, I can imagine there's so much things
You're
going
getting
on.
pulled left, right, and centre. This person wants to speak to you that hasn't spoke to you for how long, or the photographer wants to take a photo over here. So just be prepared that your day is not really your day.
Yeah. It's just structured. You know when it's there. Even before at the time, like even in the sense of the build up and all the kind of rest of it is that quite stressful? Because I know that people love marriage. I know people love a big wedding and all that kind of stuff. On your case scenario, and then we're not just talking about money, because money is nothing in that kind of sense of we want to make sure that our women are happy and everything. But do you believe that sometimes we can go too far in
if
just
I could
doing?
go back, and have my marriage again, I mean, have my wedding day again, I think I would take away all of the. Don't get me wrong, my wedding day was beautiful, and I was glad to be able to produce the day for her.
Yeah.
She was her queen in all of her rights, from the beginning to the end, from the makeup artist to the champagne breakfast to the sending her the little gift and the poem or whatever the thing that I wrote her and all of the things.
Nice.
But when I think about the stress that we went through when it come to who should come and who shouldn't come, because certain people didn't even turn up.
Yeah,
and I'm like, raw.
wow.
I went through all this stress to whittle this down to, say, 100 people, and you didn't even turn up. Like, they say 10 people didn't turn up, which I could have gave to other people.
People, of course.
Do you know what I mean? So I think when you're getting married, to let go of that piece of stress is who you haven't spoke to in 6 months, or who's not in your phone, in your text messages or your WhatsApps, they go at the bottom of the list. Whoever you talk to on a regular basis, you put them at the top, whether it's blood or not blood.
100%. I kind of respect that, and I'm at that level now where I'm just like, I'll drop half people out. I'll drop a lot of people out because, like I said, I went to a wedding just the other day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But even then, I was just like, what yoy? You know what's there? Like, man saw prices, heard prices. I said, what yoy?
Yeah. I thought I was going to do mine on a budget, right? I said, yeah, I'm going to do this on a budget. Lito, because obviously I was vlogging them times. I was like, I'm going to do this on a budget. I'm going to vlog this up to the wedding day and I'm going to do it. Yeah, them zeros started to add on to the... You understand me? Like, 3 turned into 4 zeros, and I was like, yeah, you know what?
So if we're saying that then, no, I'm being devil's advocate right now. Ladies, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just delivering it. I'm sitting there saying, if it is just like you said, when you asked me the first time, why are you getting married? The fact that I love her, the fact that I think she's my soulmate, the fact that we're coming together as one, having a unity, do you know what I mean? Having the same name. Why does there have to be so much of a big price tag on how it needs to be delivered?
Because everything wedding, even if you say to a venue wedding, you have to pay for your bottles to be on the table. So wedding it's a bit like Valentine's Day or Christmas Day. It's a gimmick. Do you know what I mean? When anybody hears the word wedding, your price gone up. That's why I say you should really try and structure your wedding around. I would go back and I would get married quietly and then have an after party. Or I would get married abroad. Like those ones, or even have an evening wedding.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Where I've already gone to the registry office, we've just got married in front of a witness, but then we have a minister come out or somebody come out.
Yep.
And we do it again.
Yep.
Like, I feel like that cuts out a lot of the mayhem and expense.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Because I'm like, am I bad? Because I'm like, boy, man will run down to the registry office. You know the ones there early. Yeah, Islington. Shout out to Islington. I'm coming to you. You get me? Because I put out something and I even saw a woman, she done it on a budget. And just shout out to us as well, guys and ladies, in the sense of there was a woman that was able to get married under, I think it was about £2,500. And she ended up paying, I think, like £200-300 for the registry service. She ended up finding... what's it called? Kind of like a restaurant / kind of bar. Yeah. She went and kind of slightly decorated it herself. Couple of the family chipped in and everything, and she made it happen. And it was beautiful. You know what's there? But some people will look at that and be like, raw, like she just done the registry, had a couple of pictures there, went to this sort of kind of like restaurant, and that was that.
But it's for you though. I think this is another thing that a lot of people, when it comes to a wedding, they're trying to, I don't know if they're trying to impress or satisfy others.
But this is what I'm trying to say.
Rather than yourself. Because my brethren who's like my brother, yeah, he just pissed off. He pissed off to another country, got married, and sent me the photos on WhatsApp. I said, right, look, I got married, bro. I said, right, what? No invite, no nothing. Like, what? Like, well, you're just married now. Would you just join the club?
No, do you know what? I love that. I love that. Man just blew out. Blew out
with his kids. His wife, who's not, his missus, who is his wife now, got married, man. It's a beautiful thing. It was for them. That's what they wanted to do. It wasn't about. And he said when he comes back in a year's time, he will do a celebration of their marriage.
Of course.
And I think that each to their own.
Yeah.
And I think if nowadays, if you've been through a lot, like now, if you've journeyed, why not? Why not just do it for you? Why do it for the world? Why spend all that money? You might as well use that money.
Thank you.
On assets.
Thank you. I'm just saying, there's a lot of us that want to get all married and all not getting into debt and all not don't even own yards yet. Like all not don't even,
But then to burst your bubble, big man. I don't mean to burst your bubble.
Go on, you're gonna burst it.
They like the dress thing.
Yeah.
They like the pamper thing.
Yeah.
They be like, listen, I've been mummy, I've been missus, I've been cleaner, I've been cook. Just give me my day.
Yeah, no, I hear it.
Do you understand me?
No,
so
I hear it.
I guess find a balance, man.
And that's where I'm at the moment. I'm trying to find a balance. There's one part of me is just like, it should just be about us. Man ain't really caring about how much money I spent. And then the other part of me is like, I want to spend all the money in the world because I want her to have the best day. You know, one day I can get married at St. Paul's Cathedral.
Not get married pardon?
Yeah. I said it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I told you when
St. Paul's.
I told you when we linked up here. There's no sir. I'm not calling you sir. I don't care about these letters. You see these letters, yeah? These letters are not getting a cert out of me, big man.
No,
Yeah?
stop.
I'm talking St. Paul's
Yeah,
Cathedral.
St. Paul's.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's like a name dropping.
I know, I am. I'm blatantly name dropping. I'm just saying. Certain people go to standard churches. CP, St. Paul's Cathedral. Yeah. And the one thing about it, there's so much of my family that think they're going. I'm just letting some of you lot know. You're not invited. You're not invited, because was that something that you thought about as well, in the sense of, let's just be keeping it real. Like, we've all got family. Some of them are belligerent. Some of them can't act. Did you still choose to invite them? Like,
My family's quite small, you know.
Is
so
it?
on my side, my family's quite small. There were certain friends that I thought about how they act up when they drink, or do you know what I mean? But then even my smoker friends. So I had mine in an army barracks. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So I had to really make them understand. Listen, if you want to smoke, you're gonna have to go outside the barracks.
Yeah,
because my missus people, they are part of it. He's like a corporal or something. That's how we got the barracks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And they put all parachutes and everything. But yeah, so I had to pre-warn them, like, yo, please don't be smoking in the barracks and embarrass me. Like, you know what I mean?
And even on your day, you don't want to be running around on your day.
But to be real, your best man and your people around you, they will make sure that's governed anyway. Do you know what I mean?
They'll make sure it's patterned.
Yeah, I guess you gotta just you'll know who you don't want there and who you do want there, really. And who's supposed to be there will be there, no?
And what is the time scale? Because obviously, like you said, you've been in Mrs. 22 years, you've been married for 6, so there was a long time in that kind of sense of.
We was already married before we got married.
It
was about the name. It was more about the name, her day. It wasn't about me. There was no me in this. Me, I could have slept. Yeah, I didn't have to tap my card.
No, I hear it.
You understand me? I didn't have to talk to caterers that want X amount of money out of you.
But there you go. But then, is that fit? Like what? Do we get a point? Do we get a day out of it, though? Do you know what I mean? Should we be getting a day out of it? Should we be pushing ourselves a little bit more to say, all right, cool, these are the things that I want, or these are the things that I would like to see? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Your wedding day, from the time you wake up to the time you don't get to the hotel room or wherever it is you're going to stay that evening, is governed by something. Somebody's phone, somebody's book, the master of ceremony, somebody wants you to do something. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So that's why I say to you, always make sure you have a videographer. It's important. It doesn't matter about anything else.
Yeah.
Spend your money on your videographer before you even think about what food you're feeding people.
Wow.
Because that's your memories right there.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? That's something that you will always reopen and look at.
So video I can't even say it now. Video photographer.
No.
Videographer.
No.
All right, listen, get out of here.
No, keep going.
I'm not even saying it. I'm not even saying it again.
Videographer.
No. Videographer.
Yeah,
Videographer. They need to be that. And then also, would you say music as well?
Yeah, I feel like music, you got a lot of people around you, so you know what I mean? So, but yeah, music's the good part after all of everything's done. And you can just shake a leg, and then, you know, that time there's, but even then, as the bride and groom, you're getting pulled about. Do you see where I'm coming from? But it's the best part for the people, them. It's where you're going to get the most part of the vibe, innit?
Because it's crazy, because you invite so much people to celebrate your day, which you don't end up celebrating with them because you're just, in and out. So how about everybody just stay in the yard, cuz I'll do a live stream, baseline, injection.
Man said live stream.
Live stream it. What we like you said, what are we doing it for? And I think like the reason why I say that, because I love my missus. She's one of those type of people. At the same time, she doesn't mind big. She doesn't have to go like, do you know what I mean, dramatic.
Would you go away?
Yeah, happens.
So why not?
100%.
Why not put the options on the table and talk about it, and then narrow it down to what both of you?
She would love to do away.
I think doing away.
If I wasn't I
feel like this is what doing away. If you go away, this is what it.
But then we also think about family now. Like,
no, here you go. Here you're just about to. You understand me? Slow down. Watch this. if you go away, who's gonna come to your wedding and supposed to be there will come.
Because I was just
That's
about
how
to say,
you know
a lot
who's
of people
real
won't
serious
come. A lot
about
of people
you.
know.
Who's gonna jump on a plane and come. And don't even have to make it like yard or you don't have to go too far. Not a 9 hour flight where I've got to snore and my
No,
clothes
of course
have to
not.
get.
Of
You
course
understand
not.
me?
No, of course not.
Creasy because I'm having to sleep on the. You understand me? But
I would like to go probably back to where we got engaged.
Where was that?
And that was Malta.
yeah, you see,
Nice.
do you understand me? So who can't jump on a plane? Can't jump on a plane. It is what it is.
That's actually quite a good one,
Something
and
to think
it
about.
does limit down the people in the sense of, do you know what I mean? The real ones, like you said, the real ones will come, and the ones that are not for you, and if not, they just feel like they're just coming.
Not even for you. It just cuts out. You know what it is, type of thing. Like who's supposed to be there? How your day's supposed to go is governed by, I guess, how you say it. Do you know what I mean? It's not a bad mind thing. It's not a. You understand where I'm coming from? It's just all right, cool. I'm doing this. If you'd like to come and celebrate mine and my missus' life with us, then you're more than welcome. Here's the invitation.
Blood clot. All right, see, man's got me going home now and doing things, thinking of dates now. You know what's there? But no, definitely have to lock it in.
Yeah, man.
Have to lock it in. I think it's important. I think as men, it keeps us much more grounded as well. I think when I got ill with my lupus, one of the biggest things for me was, even though we wasn't married yet, I understood when they say your vows of to death to us part, through sickness, through health. Sometimes I would imagine anyway, when you say it, because you have never experienced it, you're just saying vows in that kind of sense. So when I look back now and I hear them vows through sickness, through health, to death to our part, I loved my missus even more, because when I was laying on that hospital bed, I was looking at her like, raw, like, this is what a bond means. This is what marriage means. This is what it means when I had to let go of my ego and my pride and say, you're going to have to take the lead. Do you know what I mean? That's a team. That's marriage for me. Do you know what I mean? When I was laying on that bed, I ended up loving her even more. Do you know what I mean? Because I realized what these words meant, what it actually means to love someone through the good and the bad. Do you know what I mean?
I think for me, when I told my vows, because I'm going to renew my vows at some point, because I believe I was in a different space when I said my vows to where I'm at now. And I believe that me and my wife are in a much better space now than I was when I said my vows. So I guess journey, life, understanding yourself, knowing yourself. I think getting married, you should really be able to look yourself in the mirror and have addressed anything that's going on in your life, or love yourself to a higher level before saying those vows. Do you know what I mean? Because when I really deep it, when I look back and I did say the vows, not that I didn't mean, not that I don't.
But that's
love
what I
my
mean, though.
wife,
100%.
But I needed to deal with certain things with me first.
Yeah,
Do you see where I'm coming
100%.
from? So
100%.
And saying that it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to be able to know that you're gonna be with this person for the rest of your life. Do you know what I mean? Like, all right, cool. We're gonna grow old together. You're gonna get wrinkly. I'm gonna get wrinkly. I wonder if you're gonna be moody. You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
Yeah.
But that is a beautiful thing, and I just always used to say to the missus, I feel like a lifetime ain't long enough. Do you know what I mean? In that kind of sense, because it's like we connect. We are so connected to each other. Like, where we say the same thing. I even say to her, like, you better not try and go before me and everything. We need to go at the same time. You know what's there? Yeah. You better be holding my hand and everything. You know what's there? Hold my hand. Don't try it. Hold my hand as we're both going. You know what's there? We're both fade out together. Do you know what I mean?
I guess as well, like I said, with the videographer and those things, there is, and time can be too short. One of the good things is that my mum was at my wedding. Do you know what I mean? So my mum was at my wedding. My son saw me get married, which I hope installs in him that he's going to get married one day. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like there isn't enough marriage. There isn't enough unity.
No, but do you know what? I'm even quite glad that you even touched on that, and how important I believe now that is, of not just only having a structure in the sense of mum and dad, but like you said, being married. These kind of installations, is such a prevalent point for some of our young people without even him knowing. Just that what I'm trying to say. Just by seeing him and mummy's married. Do you know what I mean? This is how we pattern up. This is how we regulate. Because like I said to you earlier, I didn't care about marriage. Why? Because my circumstances and the way that I was brought up, my mum never got married. Just that what I'm trying to say. Never. Do you know what I mean? And she was with my dad for a very, very long time. And then obviously they split up and all the rest of it. And then she just never, ever again got married. So in my head, second nature, I was like, well, I don't need to get married. Just that what I'm trying to say. Because there was no blueprint for me to see that. So it's quite nice, but at the same time, it's quite sad that there's a lot of men and a lot of young people and women out there that don't feel like marriage is the way forward, where we'd be so quick to have a child before we actually get married. Just that, and that's what's scary. That the fact that why aren't we solidifying our unity first before we decide to have children, before we decide to talk about what is a family? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I think the bond between you two is very, very much important. It's like you said, the king and the queen. Do you know what I mean? The head of the household.
It's kind of crazy when you really deep it on a deeper level that you'll produce a new life before you secure your life that you've already got. You'll bring a new life into this world easily, but you won't secure the life that you've got.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
I guess it's how we've been taught, or it's what we've seen.
And let's keep it real, like, do you know what I mean? I know I didn't really want to touch too much on it because obviously, like I said, it comes across as a negative side of it, but a lot of men and a lot of women, they talk about things like, you know, no one's there when a man leaves the marriage and all the rest of it, they take half, and, you know, when he's there, he gets the wrong end of the stick. So there's a lot of people being pushed down the road. And I always believe it in the sense of, if you're already thinking that someone's going to take half from you, if you're already thinking that you're going to get the short end of the stick, then there's no point of you even getting married in the first place.
That's just because they haven't grown yet. That's what I'm saying. They haven't grown together enough. If you're still in them premature methods of thinking of prenups and whatever, then obviously you are still premature in your relationship. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Facts.
Because if you grow together, then you should get to a point where you know, all right, you know what? I know this about you. I don't like it, but it's cool. But you know what? We have to put this in place just for my safety or for our safety. Do you see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, and I'm not saying that prenup shouldn't happen. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
100%.
Because you know why? Mindsets change over time. Like when I speak to my son and I tell my son, you're not going to think like an 18-year-old at 25.
Of course.
And at 25, when you get to 30, you're not going to think like you was when you was 25. Because your mindsets keep changing.
Yeah.
Why do you think people break up or do you understand where I'm coming from?
100%.
You can grow apart. You can grow apart.
Of course.
How do you navigate that? So if some people are too, I guess, apprehensive or they can't get over that or they can't compute that, then they have to put a prenup in place. Then I believe that sometimes they work for some people, especially if one side is, I guess, in a very strong position than the other. Do you understand me? And it needs that time maybe they need that time for the trust to build. But then why are you getting married in the first place? Do you see where I'm coming from?
But this is what I'm kind of trying to...
Maybe this is what we're unraveling. Do you understand me?
And I think that's the whole point where people don't realise, in the sense of, regardless if you've got the money or not, and this can go sometimes to the men. I've heard women say, like, I've got my stuff together, he ain't got his stuff together, so yeah, if I was going to get married, I'll have a prenup, and do you know what I mean? He's going to have to... But I'm like, well, he's still bringing that value to you. Regardless of money, sometimes we're always feeling of it in the sense of it's got to be materialistic, it's got to be financial. Sometimes just the actual support, that supporting of that, I've got you, yeah? I'm not going to allow you, like, do you know what I mean? That me and my missus, we work for each other and all the rest of it, but there's many areas where at the moment she's killing the game, do you know what I mean? But she's killing the game because I'm able to support. I'm going to pick up Luca, man. I'll take him today. You go and work them extra 2-3 days. You go and pattern up here. So yeah, I might not be at the same time the biggest breadwinner in my house at this precise moment. It might even be her. Just that what I'm trying to say. But it doesn't mean I'm not the breadwinner. Do you know what I mean? I'm still making bread, but there was sometimes it fluctuates. So she appreciates that the fact that it's not always physical. It's not always Chris has to turn up and make sure that he's bringing 6 figures through the door. It's like, who's bringing the money through the door and how are we getting it? How are we supporting each other through that process? And that's what marriage should be about. Do you know what I mean? When you're talking about having joint accounts and all the kind of rest of it, people get upset because they do feel like it's a little bit one-sided. Oh, but I'm the one that's putting all the money in. And 9 times out of 10, you hear the guy say, oh, but she's just running around with a card and tapping. But you're not also checking in and saying, do you know what? When I come home, my food's patterned, you know? The clothes, them I wash. The youths, them are taken care of. You know, ones there, like up and down, them sort of little chores. We see it as mundane. We see it as in, oh, but they was at home anyway. Any man knows if you really, really check in and you actually are around your kids, it's a check-in job. You know what's there? It's not a joke. You know what's there? Keeping up on point, making sure they got to go to school on time. The small little things like, I went for a dilemma today. My little pagan, bruv, you get me? I'm getting my man ready for school.
Called him a pagan.
Yeah, he's a pagan. I'm getting my man ready for school. I'm looking at man, he's wet. But he's already got his pull-ups on and he's teaching them like potty training and everything. I'm like, big man, why are you wet? So I take off his nappy now, take off his clothes, just about to put his other clothes on now in the sense of wash him up, we're going to get ready for nursery. So he's there now, with just his nighty top on, he ain't got nothing on. You know what's there? I'm ironing up his clothes, pants and everything, turn round, man's got chocolate all over his fingers, but man ain't gave man no chocolate. Where's this come from? Do's, I realise it's do-do. Do-do on his hands, do-do on the leg, do-do on the sofa. My man just took a plunk on the sofa. I said to him, big man, he's telling me, you know, yeah, it's do-do, do-do. I'm like, no, I know it's do. Why did you do the do-do hair, fam? And I'm scornful. I'm like, I don't like things like that. I can be sick of other people's, like, I'm not in and none of that, yeah? So now the missus not there. Normally, not in a bad way. This is something that, yeah, missus, you lot, yeah, pattern up, I beg you. She's not here. She's already ducked out of the house. Now I've got to clean this boy. He's laughing. He's trying to eat it. It's a whole, like, and that's before we're going to nursery. So now I'm looking at this like, rah. If I was at work, I would look at the missus and be like, what do you mean he just took a poop? So why is he late? Like, you should have patterned it up. That was like 20 minutes before we had to leave the yard. Now man's got to do the big wash, man. Do all over the leg. It's all in my hand. I feel like I'm gonna vomit. He's looking at. It was a craziness. So we had to reset again to be able to go forward. So once again, when you're talking about relationships, when you're talking about marriage, no matter who's the breadwoman, who's not the breadwinner, take in consideration what you have got and the reasons why you're able to do that, because you have that support. Because if you didn't have that support, you might not be able to do that, or you might not be able to work the way that you're working. I know there's certain men right now that I know that are not able to do that. They're co-custody parents at the moment, do you know what I mean? So my brethren's like, I can't even work a 9 to 5, even if I want to, Monday to Friday. I can only work 3 days, Chris, and it's, chop and change and rare, because I have to have my child. So when you have that situation where you are both in a relationship and you have that support them, man. Support each other, I say, do you know what I mean? And it doesn't get shown enough.
It takes teamwork, man. Definitely takes both of you to turn up for it to even, the movement to actually even happen. You know
yeah, and I'm a stronger man now. I'm not on this thing of like alpha male. Like I said, my missus know that I pay the bills. I pay the rent. I pay the bills. I pay this. I'll go out. When we go out, she don't ever pay enough for nothing. But I feel no way that the fact that sometimes she's bringing in bacon into the house. I ain't sliding away from it. Oh, man, my mum always making more money than me. Yeah, bring the bacon in. Yeah, the more the merrier. Yeah? Bring your money, come where? Yeah? Bring it through. Yeah? Bring it through. Because when I'm seeing the direct debits, yeah, it's looking crazy. So if you want to put some extra dibbons on it, put the extra dibbons on it. So that's where I'm at. And I know that a lot of men, you know, the ones there feel away sometimes when they feel like, oh, my missus is putting down some money, or my missus is doing this and all the rest of it. Don't feel away, because if you're meant to be a team and you're saying that this is your missus or that's your wife or this is who you're married to, you shouldn't be feeling away, because I guarantee you she doesn't feel away, you know, once there when she wants to put in. And it's nice, do you know what I mean? She wants to equally feel that independence as well. So I'm an old traditional man where I'm like, I will do everything, but at the same time, smart enough and wise enough to have that modern approach to be like, my missus also is independent. She also contributes as well. Do you know what I mean? She's not just a sit-at-home mum. She would never like accept that anyway, even if I wanted to. You know, one's there. She's like, no. I go out, and I've been doing that sort of kind of thing. So, yeah, beautiful thing, man. So, yeah, man, I love.
Now you got a date then. Now you got a date to think about.
Yeah, that's the next one. I know you're gonna stick it on me now. So yeah, next one, date to think about.
I feel like in the next couple of episodes down the line, we should be like, all right, cool.
I'm married now.
No, not even married, but you're gonna be checking in like, wow, big man, stressful, you know. You understand me? Let's talk.
Yeah, you're gonna be put me through a world of stress. They do say that marriage, moving house, you know, the ones there. These moments
it's very stressful leading up.
Yeah.
When it comes to a wedding, the preparation.
And was you shook? Did you cry?
No.
You didn't cry?
No.
Okay, them Stone Cold ones, yeah. I think I'm gonna cry. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Like when I'm standing there,
I said to you, I didn't cry, but then I had a lot going on. You know what I mean? So, I think if I was to replay that day today, would I? I don't know. I don't think so. No, I don't think.
Man said it, guys. No, I don't need to cry.
Them things don't really make
it.
me emotional like that. I think only them. I don't really feel them type of emotions. Don't make me. I don't express it that way.
Okay. Like, I just believe like when I see everybody, and
I'm a bit fidgety.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna cry, and I feel like I'm gonna chat enough. Like just enough, just be trying to bust jokes like in the small little gaps and the small little pockets when I'm feeling nervous. I'm gonna, hey guys, don't just sit down and just be looking at me like I feel like I'll be saying certain things.
Just to have time for a microphone.
No, man. I feel like I am.
You think you're gonna host at your wedding?
I'm gonna try.
Are you stupid?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
I feel like I'm here with my son now.
I'm
big man.
I'm going to try.
It's unrealistic. You know where you are right now? In the fluffy clouds. There's a place called Fluffy Clouds.
And the missus even said that. She even said it. She said clear as day. She said to me, Chris, like if you try and do that, and you're running around and you're not with me, I'll be very, very upset. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, this is the man that you decided to back. Like, what do you want? Like, that's what I do. Do you know what I mean? Even on my birthday, I still done my one man stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I do.
Well,
but I'm not.
Let's see people.
Yeah, let's see.
To the wife to be, don't worry. I got many more shows to get him right. Don't worry, we're good. Yeah, I got you.
Man's gonna get there.
I'm gonna get him right. I'm gonna get him right because right now he's talking reckless.
I am.
Right now he's talking divorce talk before he's even married. You understand? He doesn't understand.
That'll be the next phone call.
That'll be 50-50.
Well, I'll go and see.
Yeah.
No, bro, forget me, man.
This time I got the passenger seat of my car. She got the driver's seat. You understand me? Yeah. But listen, people.
Yes.
What can I say? Please, like, comment, share this.
Share it, man.
Please share this. And subscribe. Just push the button.
It doesn't take much, man. Just push the button.
It's free, but it helps us.
Yeah.
And it motivates us to keep coming back. Yeah? Keep coming back. Keep spending our money because that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And that's just to be able to put this out to you. So please.
And please, come check in with us, do you know what I mean? So like I said, me and Leets, we want this grown men conversation. We want to have more conversations like this.
Yeah.
So
if you want to come and check in, if you want to try and appear on the show, the email should be somewhere here. Yeah. Just email us and let's talk.
Yeah, man.
Let's get it popping.
Myself, Chris.
Lito.
We out, guys. Until next time.
Peace. You'll recognize real.
And Real Talk Truth Season.
Until the next episode.
Out.
Peace.
Love.